So welcome back to the Programmatic Advertising Question Series Part 8, and today we will all discuss the important questions concerning programmatic advertising, and start with the first question. The first question is regarding the anchor ads. What do you mean by anchor ads? An ad that stays fixed at the bottom of the user screen even as the user scrolls up or down on the page. Swiping would let the users dismiss the ad in a friendly manner. So this is an ad which is staying at fixed at the bottom of the user screen. This is the screen, and even if the user scrolls, this ad gets stuck to this place only, even if the user scrolls up or down the page. And swiping would let the user dismiss the ad in a mobile friendly manner. What do you mean by asynchronous code? So the code that is split up into smaller pieces. Execution of the various pieces of the code may pause or wait between each page, allowing for other processing such as rendering of other ads or page content to be performed during the pauses. So generally asynchronous codes are like the Google publisher tags, GPT codes, which are executed parallelly when the HTML content of the page loads, and then this ad loading also occurs simultaneously, so that there is no additional load of an ad loading on a website while the HTML content of the page gets rendered via the server. So the ad server does its work by rendering the ad on the website or the publisher's site, and the website actual server renders the HTML content on the site simultaneously. Third question is, what are the GPT request modes under asynchronous rendering? So there are two request modes basically. So first is single request architecture. So when you use SRA or the single request architecture, all ad requests for a page view are sent to ad manager at one time from the header of your content, which can improve your page loading speed and make it possible to guarantee roadblocks. All ad manager creative types and line item types are supported by SRA except Studio Dynamic ads. This is the recommended request mode. A second is multi-request mode. With a multi-request tag, each ad request defined is sent to ad manager separately from the body of your content. Unlike with SRA, multi-request tags do not guarantee roadblocks or exclusions, including competitive, same advertiser, and same creative. This is the default request mode. Fourth question is, what do you mean by audience extension? So it allows the publishers to buy ad impressions targeted to the publisher's own visitors from other web or app properties. This feature is currently available only under Google Ad Manager 360. Fifth is, what do you mean by availability forecast? So it predicts the availability of inventory. So availability forecast is used in two ways: during the sales process to estimate how much inventory is available for sale, and second is when an ad is booked to verify that enough inventory is available for the ad. Forecasts consider impressions that have been reserved for other line items. What do you mean by competitive exclusion labels? So competitive exclusion labels prevent line items with the same label from showing ads on the same page. Adding these labels to your line items can be helpful if you have multiple advertisers who sell similar products or services. For example, if you have two car manufacturers advertising across your network, showing ads for both of their cars at the same time may not result in a good experience for users of your website or app. Doing so may reflect poorly on the brands of both manufacturers. Both advertisers may want to avoid this from happening. To manage this situation, you could create a competitive exclusion label called Auto and then apply it to any line item where your advertiser was a car manufacturer. Then another question is, does competitive exclusion excludes advertisers? Like advertisers here, it means the advertising brands and all. So competitive exclusion labels do not take into account the advertiser you have specified in the order. Then only They only prevent line items or any advertiser with the same label from showing ads on the same page. If your advertiser is fine with 2 or more of its line items showing on the same page that have the same competitive exclusion level applied, you can activate the same advertiser option. This option allows line items with the same advertiser to show on the same page, despite the line items having the same competitive exclusion label. How competitive exclusion labels depend on Google Marketing Platform cookies. So if a user's Google Marketing Platform cookie changes within a page load, the label does not apply. Further, in the rare event that 2 ad requests on a page are sent to different data centers, competitive exclusion levels may not be respected. Consequently, a small proportion of users may see ads that do not respect these labels. Such issues are more likely in the case of a non-standard implementation of Ad Manager, such as server-side implementations. Does using labels stop roadblocks? Using labels will not stop roadblocks. This is desirable as you want roadblocks to serve as expected. If you apply a label and the line item is set up with roadblock creatives serve continue to together on the same page. Labels and forecasting. Since you are telling the ad server not to serve more than one line item from a given level to a page, competitive exclusion labels may limit the number of impressions that are available for given line item. Forecasting takes this into consideration, so while the amount of impressions will be limited, forecasts will still be accurate. You can increase the amount of available inventory by targeting the line items to a wider audience, for example. What do you mean by backfill? Inventory that has not been pre-sold or reserved. As a verb, backfill means to serve ads to this inventory. Backfill inventory is often monetized with ads sold by ad networks via non-guaranteed campaigns or in an auction. What is a beacon? Small 1 pixel by pixel image displayed on a website within other content. It forces the browser to make a request to another server so that the server can read or write its own cookie or otherwise track the web request. This allows you to record the basic actions of the user who is accessing the content. What do you mean by bumper ad? So video bumper ads are short video ads that can play before or after a video ad or ad pod. They are often used to indicate that ads are either about to display or to promote the next ad. Companion ads do not appear with bumper ads. What do you mean by child publisher? In multiple customer management, a third party publisher that delegates the management of their inventory to a parent publisher. Child publishers can grant parent publishers edit access to their account or delegate inventory to the parent account. What do you mean by content bundle? So targetable groups of videos that you can assemble based on filters or by selecting individual videos or both. Bundles are automatically updated as new metadata that matches their criteria is ingested. For example, you could create a content bundle called kittens based on a combination of metadata and manually added videos and then target ads for cat toys to that bundle. What do you mean by correlator value? A value passed in ad requests handled automatically by the GPT libraries and the GMA IMA SDKs. The correlator is common to all ads on a page but unique across page views. Ad requests with the same correlator value received close together in time are considered a single page view for serving purposes. So what do you mean by creative wrapper? Snippet of code that wraps around a creative when it is served. When ad manager serves a creative to an ad unit, the creative wrapper label applied. It also inserts the creative wrappers into the code that is delivered to the web page. You can use creative wrappers to implement third-party tracking software for any other purpose. For mobile web or apps, creative wrappers are supported for creatives built on the following types: custom, image, native, third-party, user-defined template, or system-defined templates. Creative wrappers are not supported for campaign manager creatives. What do you mean by a wrapping order? So wrapping order determines the order in which a wrapper is placed in relation to other wrappers on the same creative. The order affects how the code is laid out within the web page where the creative is served. So there are preferences where the default is no preference, no position is specified for this wrapper. Other wrapper settings will be respected. Inner is the code in this wrapper will be placed immediately before and after the creative code. Code from other wrappers will be placed outside of this wrapper, farther from the creative code. Outer, the code in this wrapper will be placed outside of other wrappers on the creative. Code from other wrappers will be placed inside of the code from this wrapper, closer to the creative code. What do you mean by daisy chaining? Process whereby a creative is required to call to multiple third-party ad servers. What are passback tags? So Google Publisher tag allows you to generate tags with passback functionality. These tags can be used in any situation where an ad request to a third party should ultimately be filled by an ad trafficked in your own ad manager network. How to use passback tags to traffic remnant or fallback line items? Passback tags can be used when a third party server does not have an ad to serve or when an ad doesn't meet the minimum CPM floor price agreed upon with the third party. In these cases, the third party server instead serves the GPT passback tag, which returns a house ad or other remnant ad from your own ad manager network. Examples of how to use passback tags to traffic remnant or fallback line items. If third-party ad network A wants to return an ad to ad manager publisher B but does not have an eligible ad network A delivers a passback tag. This passback tag will then return an ad from the ad manager ad server to publisher B, which matches the targeting criteria. The web page makes a call to the ad manager ad server. Using the ad manager ad tag, the ad manager's ad server returns an ad containing a third-party ad tag. The third-party ad tag calls the third-party ad server for an ad. The third-party ad server does not have an eligible ad, so returns a passback ad tag. The passback ad tag makes a call to ad manager to serve an ad matching the specified targeting criteria. The ad manager ad server returns an ad that matches the passback ad tag targeting criteria. Use passback tags to serve ads on another publisher website. Passback tags can be used to serve ads from your network to another publisher website. In this case, the GPT passback tag would be trafficked by the other publisher and would return an ad from your own ad manager network. For example, use passback tags to serve ads on another publisher website. If ad manager network A wants to deliver ads to publisher B, ad manager network A sends a passback tag to publisher B. Publisher B serves the passback tags, which ultimately returns an ad from ad manager network A. The passback ad tag makes a call to ad manager to serve an ad matching the specified targeting criteria. The ad manager server returns an ad that matches the passback and ad targeting criteria. So thank you very much for this Programmatic Advertising Question Series Part 8. Keep learning and keep enjoying new things in life.